My name is Doug Humphrey. I'm the test skills lead for a company called Thales Alenia Space in the UK, and I also do a bit of procurement work. I was quite sporty at school. I used to go off and play rugby and played rugby for the school, and I ran for the school. In terms of my what I did in my spare time, I was in the Scouts and various other clubs, so I generally kept myself quite busy. I enjoyed the sort of gadgets and technical aspects, so I started looking at electronics after O levels, and did an AS level in electronics, and that's where my love for what I was doing came about. So in university, I went to Nottingham and I studied electronic engineering. I wanted to work with space because I've always been fascinated by what's out there. We can only do so much looking for things. There's not a lot. Astronomers can do marvellous things with telescopes and looking at the universe. But in terms of actual personal things you can do, there's only so much you can see. I'm responsible for ensuring that the designs are made on time and are tested on time. So I believe that's quite important, because you don't want to send anything up into space that's not tested or isn't designed correctly. I've worked on a number of different projects. The one I worked on for the longest was one called BepiColombo, which is a project that's currently on its way to Mercury. That one was about 10 years by the time we started working on it. Space projects, certainly as far as ESA are concerned, take a long time. So there's normally at least 10 years of investigation before the industrial projects are given out to companies like mine. It was the job that I was brought in to do with Thales Alenia Space as a design engineer. So for that one, I was a design engineer. Because of the way the project was run, I moved from design engineer to technical lead. Because I was there for so long, was involved in the testing of it as well. And that's why I'm now currently the test skills lead. We currently work on the integral parts of the satellite. So not necessarily the actual instruments that are going to take the measurements. It's more the sort of background stuff. So the one we did for BepiColombo was something called an RIU, which is a remote interface unit. And basically that takes all the temperature measurements from within the satellite and packages them up to present to the onboard computer. And because of that, we've got to make sure that we have there's multiple redundancies built in, so that if one bit goes wrong, then the whole thing still works. COVID has affected us a lot at work. Mainly because I'm working in the what's known as the MAIT area of the business, which is manufacturing, assembly, integration and test. And that's not something you can do at home. So you need a clean room in order to perform it, and you obviously need all the test equipment and the models themselves. I was fortunate that I was able to also do some procurement work, which meant that I could actually work from home during the worst of the COVID crisis. And in fact, that's sort of evolved now so that I do procurement work at home for about half the week, and then the other half of the week I can go in and work in the clean rooms. I think space exploration is excellent. It's a human thing to basically want to go and explore, and it's what's driven us across oceans and across mountains whilst we've been on Earth. And as they say, space is the next frontier. So we are currently exploring our galaxy. At the moment, we have, I think there's one project which has gone beyond the galaxy, and it's just human nature to explore, especially when, you know, now we have commercial companies going into space. And they are working on reusable rockets, which is excellent for the environment, and also means that we can eventually start sending more stuff up there, although that brings its own problems.